Hi all, it's David Semach from Agile Quality Blog, and today I'm going to review the two of the most commonly used elements in web application, which are the text box, a web element that enables the user to work with text, and the button, which is a simple controller that allows the user to trigger a new event that will submit changes or do anything in the application that should be triggered by user click. So before we start, here is my contact information for all the questions you have. And feel free to contact me and subscribe to my blog and my YouTube channel. So I think we're ready to dive into the code. Let's start it. So uh, in today examples, I will use the Yahoo search field, which is a text field, simple text field, and the button, which is the search button. So let's start. Okay, 1 second. You know, it's funny. I brought a new dog, and he's all the time open the door and annoying. So say hello to Casey. Okay, let's start uh, in the basic stuff. But in today's video, I want to make things little bit more advanced and use some verification methods and etc. So the first thing that we need to do is to generate the Chrome driver and the Iweb element, which you already saw in all my previous videos. Let's call it Chrome driver. Okay. And now we are going to create the Iweb element. Let's call it simple element. Okay. And now I'm going to create two strings that I already prepared before this video, so there is no need to waste time. So here is the string for the use search field and the string for the use search button. Okay, if you don't remember on how to do it, it's simple. Just go here, inspect, and as you can see, we will use the ID element locator today. So here it is. So now that we have this part of the code, I'm going to create a simple method that will navigate to the site. Let's call it go to site, which will receive the Chrome driver. Okay. Obviously I didn't create the method, so we need to create it. Generate method. There you go. Um, okay, so the method receives a simple driver. We can remove this part and let's do the navigation. WebDriver dot navigate. Oh, wait a second. Oh, we need a Chrome driver, of course. Chrome driver navigate. Go to URL. And in our example, I'm going to use, you know what, we can do it much more better by bring it to the URL itself. Yo, site. Okay. And in the method, let's add another string. Let's call it site URL. Okay, so this method in the next videos we just use the same code and change the site to navigate. Access. Okay, I like this more. site to access. So here it is, and site URL. Let's put it here. Oh, okay. After the navigation and when the home driver will open the site, we will need to bring it a few minutes, few seconds to delay. So the elements will be uh, available for the next code that we will be executed. So this is a simple method that we are going to use in all the next videos. So this is the first method. Now that we have the access method, I'm going to add another method which will verify the element that I'm going to use, which are the text box and the radio button. Excuse me, not the radio button. This is for future video for the button. So I want prior to start and play with these elements, I want to verify that they are actually available for us. So I'm going to create a method that will return to us a simple true or false response. If we get true, we will continue the execution. Otherwise, I will quit the application. So it's relatively very simple method. So let's start to create it. Boolean. Let's call it continue test, something like this. Okay, and now I'm going to create a method called validating element displayed. Okay, this is my names. You can create whatever names you want. Um, okay, and when using this method, I'm going to move the Chrome driver and the two elements that we have here, of course. Okay, so now we need to create the method. Let's do it here. Okay, so we have method that let me check. Let me check. We need to change it because it's not a void. We need to receive a return value. So let's fix it first. If let me do it how I'm going to do it so it will work for us without any issues. We need to return a value. Okay, as you can see here, the method is expected to return a value. So if we want to return a value, we need to create a boolean for, let's call it, element approvals. Let's set it as true by default. Okay, we have it true by default, and at the end we'll return this value. Okay, so now we have all the basic stuff. So let's start by add the following code. If uh, just a second, WebDriver. Let's do it like this. Web. No, it's Chrome driver dot find element by ID close. Let's start with the use search field. Okay. Displayed. Okay. If it displayed, let's print to the console something like Okay, so this is the first thing that we are going to do, and now I'm going to add another clause called if it's not available, we will simply, you know what, let's save some time and is not available. Okay, now we can duplicate this code for uh, the button. So, okay, it is your search button, and okay. Now we have a good method that will validate the elements, but in order to make our code more resilient, we can add try and catch here. But the reason that I don't want to add the try catch, we can do it like this. Uh, Snippets round with try is that there is no reason to do it, because if we have an exception in this method, I will not continue the execution. So if we can't find one of the elements, the application, I will not continue to run the application regardless. So I don't want to add the try catch, but in other aspects of your app, I highly suggest, as you show in the no such element video, to uh, add it, but for this code it's simply not relevant. So another thing that we need to do is that by default it's true, as you saw. So in order to fail the execution, if the element is not exist, what I'm going to do is to add another part of the code is that false. Okay, and do it the same thing here. So if one of the element is false, we will change the element approval and return a boolean that is false over here. Okay, so now that we have this part of the code, um let me check if I want to add another thing here. So let me check boolean continue test. No, it seems like a good thing for us. So um, now that we have the two preliminary methods that we are going to use, we can simply do the following code. So if boolean, this one, oh, I hate it. Let's do it like this. If it equals to true, we can continue the execution. Otherwise, we simply can need. There is no reason actually to continue the test, and let's do something like the Chrome driver.quit to end the execution. So let's run the code just to check the two methods and check if it works. Um, um, okay, let's just run it prior. I start to dive into the manipulations and code that we can use to actually use the Selenium elements. Okay, let's run it and just check that everything is okay, and then we will add a code, further code. It's fucking driving me crazy that it's so slow. In the next videos, I hope to uh, I'm going to have a new computer, so our examples will be much more faster. But remember that we're in the training part, so if it's slow, it's good for us. So excellent. We have OpenQSM WebDriver argument except invalid argument site URL. Go to URL. Okay, interesting. Let's check what is the problem here. So we have a site URL, and the home driver is failing to navigate. So let's check what am I doing wrong here. Navigate, go to URL. Let's check it. Navigate, it seems to be okay. Okay, we have the site URL. Okay. Okay, okay. Very simple. hmm So now it will work. So we can't expect the Chrome driver to actually be able to navigate to if we don't explicitly provide him the connection string. So let's end the process and rerun it. If you remember, let's start it again. If you remember, I'm not doing anything to prepare the code prior to the this to my videos because I want to have failures that I will do during the execution, so we will be able to understand them and uh, fix them as we go. So this is after almost a decade in the industry. This is good practice for us if we want to actually be able to show you how to use and debug your code. So we have the site. The site is now open. We will wait 6 seconds. As you can see, let's. Okay. So as you can see now, the code is the elements are available. So we can continue now for the uh, for the element use. So as you can see, we have two elements here. So that the first thing that I'm going to do is to show you the available commands. So um, let me, okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to use the element here. You know what? Why am I doing it? So I just simply can take this code, copy it over here. Okay, so now we have an element for the Yahoo search field. So now we can do few things. The first thing that we should do in the text field is to add some text. So in order to do it, we can do the send keys. Okay, send keys will send uh, um, will send the text to the search field. So let's do it. Send keys. Here you can write any string that you want. I don't know, let's search for my blog. For my blog. Okay, so this is the let's call it now add text. So now, oh, sorry, add text. Now another method that we can use is to clear the text that we just add. So in order to that you will be able to see it, I will do the thread sleep. Let's wait 5 seconds. Clear text. Let's do something like clear. Okay, this function will remove all the text that we are just add here. So here it is, clear. So this is the let's run it and see what will happen here. and then I will add a new code. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so now we have the string added, and in 5 seconds it's been removed. So let's close. And now I'm going to show you how can you actually use the press enter on the search field and actually be able to search for the string without using the button that will trigger the element. So instead of clear text, we will use the submit function. Okay, so it simply simulates an enter command if the element supports it. It's not supported in all elements, uh, but when it is, you can actually be using it and don't and not add another code for using a button. So we will use the submit function. Here it is. So now we will add a string and click on it without using the search button. Let's check it. Okay, it is now the we have the string and uh, we press on it as you can see now. So this is good for us. Let's close the application, but now we will submit the string with the search button. So this is the example for the submit. Now we will use the submit using button. So now we will change the element. Let's do it like this. Element locator. Let's change it to search button. Okay, so the Chrome driver will actually be using it without using the element. This is just another way to do it. Um, let's change the string now. Let's search for my name. Okay, and let's execute the code once again. Oh, I made a mistake because I moved the cursor from, it's working, so I didn't make a mistake. Good for us, good for you. Okay, let's check if the driver will actually press the button or not. Hmm. I want to run it again because I moved the cursor to other window. Let's sleep 5 seconds and keys. Let's remove this code. Just one for the debug. Oh, of course it will not work for us. Okay. Guess what? I forgot to add the click. So now it will work without any problems. Let's run it again. It will be fast now, so keep your eyes or just stop the video. Okay, there you go. So here is the how we use the text and the button, and as you can see there we have great results. This is my LinkedIn profile, my Amazon book. So this works for us very well. So let me check if I'm here. So let's do an advertise. So this is my book actually. Is available for sale in Amazon, but this is not for now. Okay, so as you can see, we have a simple application, but I wanted to show you another important thing. So one of the things that we would like to do is to, when in future videos, you will want to uh, validate that the text added to a text field or in some other elements is actually what you expect to see. So in all the videos until now, we use the method of text. So I want to show you. So if I use the following code, so element dot text. Okay, so in all other elements, it will print the element name. Okay, so if we run it now, you will see that it's simply not going to work. And the reason for that is that when using the text fields, the dot text property, because the text resides under the value attribute. So in order to use it, we will need to do something like, um, let me show you. We will need to use the get attribute option. So it will be something like element dot get attribute. Okay. And what we're searching now is the let me see. No, this is for other option. I'm going to okay, let's search for the value. Okay, so we are searching for the value attribute. Value. So this will not work. Okay, this is what we expect to see. So let's just put it here. Okay, and let's run the application again. Okay, here's the text that we are just added. Okay, let's check the results. So there you go. So if you see the space over here, it's simply because the search element text does not return anything to us. So this is all for now. It's relatively very, very commonly used element. So this video is very important for you. Um so this is all for now. Please subscribe to my video channel. Uh, I'm going to add another amazing video about Selenium, .NET, and other topics of quality. So the sooner you subscribe, the sooner you will be able to generate more knowledge, which you will use in the real work environments in your company. So thank you for now and see you in the next video.